Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Dylan D, and this is the Jackrabbit, a bunny-shaped robot in Minecraft. Now this may be a simple build, but there will be weaponized tutorials in the future for this rabbit as well, so there's always that to look forward to. But before we begin, I would like to officially thank everyone for helping me reach 300 subscribers. It's really wonderful being able to see everyone enjoying the build as much as I do. And of course, like promised, the tutorial for the Nightmare Express will be released not this upcoming Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that, May 31st. Only because next week I really want to take the time to weaponize a few different robots, including the Nightmare Express, and release with the Tuesday video a calendar of subscriber goals and the tutorials which will accompany reaching each goal, just so people can see when their favorite robot could come to life or maybe see a world download for it. But we'll talk more about that in Tuesday's video. For now, let's hop to the tutorial. Alright, let's jump straight into it. For this build, you will need 60 slime blocks, 7 sticky pistons, 16 regular pistons, 18 redstone blocks, 24 regular block of choice. Of course, this has to be movable. 26 stairs of choice. This helps also if they are the stairs that match the regular block, just because this will be the overall angles of the rabbit to make it look more, in fact, like a rabbit. Just knowing that, though, we also have 6 more regular block of choice just to render the feet a different color. But of course, if you're doing the ice tank bunny, you don't have to really worry about that. Next up, we also have 7 more stairs of choice. This is for more angles on the back of the legs, just to make it look more like a rabbit, of course, and one of these will be used for the teeth. Next up, we have 2 slabs of choice. This will be for the eyes. Of course, you can use stairs or any other block that is movable and that you think represents an eye. Next up, we have 1 immovable block. Now, you don't really need this, but I will be putting it into the build just to show you where to put it, just to prevent any mishaps, but you actually don't need it to build the machine. Next up, you also have 2 fence posts. They have to be fences, only because the boat that we will be putting into the cockpit will go sit in between these fence posts. So knowing that, you will also need just 1 flint and steel, or however many if you're in survival, to start and stop the machine. So knowing that, I'm going to go ahead and get my inventory ready to go and pick a spot to place one of these rabbits. And of course, when you if you stick around to the end of the video, I will show you how to put these like tank feet onto the bottom of the rabbits. So of course, knowing all that, I will choose a spot to build another one of these, and I'll get back to you. Alright, so my inventory is ready to go, and I have chosen a spot to build. Our machine will be facing this direction, just so it has plenty of room to run. Also, I have also placed a block here. This is just this is one of the front paws, and of course, once you've placed one of your front paws, what we're going to go ahead and do is grab our temporary blocks so we can begin building. You want to go ahead and lay down 1, 2, 3 temporary blocks so we can place the other front paw. Next up, what you want to go ahead and do is place in some upside down stairs, just like so, to the front paw. And again, our machine is facing this direction. You can kind of tell these stairs point in the direction that is backwards, the direction that we don't want to go. Now, anyway, we want to be facing this direction, and we will also now add in 1, 2, 3, 4 more temporary staircase here, so we can add in, start on our back paws. So what you want to go ahead and do is place in 2 blocks, just like so, with an upside down staircase for the back paws. And I'm going to go ahead and just mirror that to this side really fast, so you should be looking at something that looks exactly like this. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and grab my slime blocks, and I'm going to come off of this, the front of the paw with my slime blocks, 3 back and then 1 to the top. So again, that's 1, 2, 3 back and then 1 to the top. Moving back, I'm going to go ahead and come 3 back again from the front of the back paw, but then I'm going to cut to the inside here for 2 more slime blocks, just like so. So once you have this, I'm going to go ahead and grab my redstone blocks, place one here, and then there. Then I'm going to go ahead and drop back and place one here, and then right there. So as soon as you have this, what we're going to go ahead and do is actually add in a little bit of design to the rabbit to make it look more like legs. You want a staircase, like a fur-colored staircase here, the fur color that you're choosing. And then one here. Of course, this could be a block of choice if you'd like, as long as it's movable. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and do is place in a regular block here, and then another regular block, just like so. And that will actually complete the feet once we go ahead and add in some sticky pistons. But first, we're going to grab some temporary blocks, which I'm using sticky pistons for. But these are temporary, and what we're going to go ahead and do is blow out the 2 underneath the 3rd one. So just like this, but we're going to go ahead and do this all around. And then I'm going to go ahead and place my sticky piston facing straight down on the bottom of those blocks, just like so. You can go ahead and just blow out these top temporary blocks. So you should be looking at something that looks exactly like this. And they are all sticky pistons, and they're all floating 1 block above the respective leg. Next up, we're going to go ahead and add in our redstone blocks. Now, if you're in survival, you know you don't want to waste resources here. What you can go ahead and do is just place a regular block on top of the sticky piston, and then place a redstone block diagonal from it. Then you can remove that block, and it will update the sticky piston to extend. And of course, if you're in creative, you don't even have to worry about that. But yeah, if you're in survival, there's just that bit of information for you. Now, moving to the back legs, what we're going to go ahead and do is place redstone blocks on the outside of these sticky pistons. So it should look exactly like this. Of course, those being your front legs and these being your back legs again. Now, as soon as you have something that looks exactly like this, you are ready to move forward. So moving forward, what we're going to go ahead and do is grab our regular blocks, and we're going to want to come out to the front of the build with 2 regular blocks like so, like in the armpit region of the rabbit. Then we're going to go ahead and just drop back 1 block of choice just like so. So the front legs redstone block here should be resting on the middle of the little 3-block pattern that we just put in. Now, in between the legs here, so like right here in between the front and back legs, we're going to go ahead and add in a slime block here and then here. Then we're going to drop to the bottom and place slime blocks on the bottom of those. Then redstone blocks just like so. So once you have something that looks exactly like this, we're going to move back to the back legs and we're going to grab our sticky pistons again. We're going to need a sticky piston just like so, hanging diagonally in the middle of those 2 extended sticky pistons with a slime block here and then a piston dropped back 1 block away, so we can of course start forming the only caterpillar engine that will be a part of the build to actually propel it forward. So knowing this, I'm going to go ahead and just place in a piston here before we place in our redstone block, just so it doesn't update. Now, for anyone that doesn't want to update the machine, you know, you can place a redstone block right here to prevent any mishaps, but you don't actually need the immovable block right here. I think I just said redstone block. You actually don't need the immovable block here to build the rest of the machine. So knowing that, what I'm going to go ahead and do is go back to my slime blocks and come off this way with 1 and then this way, and I'm going to go ahead and add a piston to either side so it's kind of hovering diagonally over that redstone block. Next up, once I have this, I'm going to go ahead and swoop back around so I can start bringing these back legs with us. And first up, I want to go ahead and just add in a sticky piston just like so, coming off of that redstone block, and one just right here coming off that redstone block. As soon as I have this, I'm going to go ahead and add in a slime block to the ends of those sticky pistons and then slime blocks down just like so. Next up, I can add in a regular block here and then another regular block just like so, and I'm going to move in this way so I can place in 2 pistons. Now, these pistons here, this one and this one, will of course move these bottom legs. When they are brought up that 1 block difference, they will be pushed forward again and then back into this redstone block and then be put back down. So of course these legs will now move forward, but this sticky piston won't be brought along. So what we're going to have to go ahead and do is add in a piston here. Coming off of this piston, we want it to attach to this slime block, or to that sticky piston, and then come down from it with the slime block. Then you want a redstone block right here. And then next up, we're just going to kind of disguise this little area to where it looks like a hip of a rabbit. So you want a upward facing stairs here and then an upside down facing stairs right there. Then you want a regular block of choice just like so, so it should look exactly like this. And what this is doing is mirroring the hip of the rabbit that we're building. Next up, you can actually go ahead and grab some more staircases and place 1 here and then 1 right here. Then you can grab some regular blocks, place 1 here and then there. Then we're going to go ahead and mirror that other hip real quick. To of course bring this sticky piston along, we want a piston here facing into a slime block that's attached to that sticky piston. Then we want another slime block here, redstone block just like so. Then we're going to go ahead and add in 1 upward facing stairs here and then an upside down one here with that regular block. Now as soon as you have this mimicking the hip again forward, what we're going to go ahead and do is come off of these redstone blocks with 3 slime blocks straight up. Now as soon as you have this, we're going to go back to the bottom slime block and just add in 1 more to the front. Now as soon as you have this, what we're going to go ahead and do is add in just a little bit more shape to the build. We want to grab our regular blocks and put them in that little corner of the little shape we just made with our slime blocks. Next up, what you want to go ahead and do is grab your staircases, place 1 here and then there and then here and then there. Next up, what we're going to go ahead and do is make sure that these front legs are brought along with us. You want to grab your pistons. You want to place 1 right here against that slime block, just like so. Then you want to go ahead and come around to the other side and place another one just right here. Then, of course, you can complete this little staircase all the way down to this point with another stairs of your choice right here. So as soon as you have this, what we're going to go ahead and do is drop back this direction. We're going to place a block of choice here and then another block of choice right here. Now as soon as you have this, we're going to go ahead and drop back around to the front. So you should be looking at something that looks exactly like this. I'm going to grab my fence posts and I'm going to place 1 here and then 1 right here. Now as soon as I've done this, I can actually grab my pistons one last time for this step, come down this way, place 1 here and then 1 right there. So those pistons will of course push these front legs forward, and then I want a piston on the front of that fence post and 1 on the front of that fence post. Now when you have something that looks exactly like this, you are ready to move forward. Alright, so once you are all done with the previous step, what we're going to go ahead and do is mosey in this direction. We're going to go ahead and come out from this middle piston of our little 5 piston kind of pattern here. Next up, I want a slime block coming out from it with a redstone block on top of it, just like so. Next up, I want 1, 2, 3 regular blocks coming out from that slime block. And then after that, you can go ahead and just place down a piston right here. Just, of course, that piston is 1 block ahead of the redstone blocks, and you should be looking at something that looks exactly like this. When we come up to these pistons, what we're going to want to do is come off of them 1, 2, 3 blocks total, and then break the 2 blocks in between. So it should look exactly like this, with that 1 block resting diagonally from the redstone block. Now, as soon as you have this, what you can go ahead and do is you actually place a upside down stairs here, and then another upside down stairs on this block, so it should look exactly like this. Now this is just, of course, the start of the ears, so this is what we will be kind of just mimicking is an ear shape with these blocks. So knowing that, I'm going to go ahead and place the redstone blocks on the top of the upside down staircases, and as soon as I have that, I can grab my slime blocks and I can start right here and come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 total slime blocks. Next up, I'm going to go ahead around to the other side, coming up from this redstone block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 total slime blocks. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and just add in an upside down stairs to both sides of the tips of the tops of the ears. And then next up, I'm going to go ahead and down here and add in some right side up staircases to the bottom slime block here in this little structure. And this is, of course, just to add to the shape of the ears. Now these ears will now be brought along, so what we're going to go ahead and do is start with the last little step, which is the face. And what you want to do is come off of this piston with 1 slime block like so, and then you want to put a slime block to the outer, to each side of that 1 slime block we placed, and then 1 to the bottom. So you should be looking at something that looks exactly like this when we go ahead and grab our half slabs. And what you want to go ahead and do is just place 1 here and then 1 right here. Then we're going to go in this direction and turn around, and grabbing our stairs again for the teeth, what we're going to go ahead and do is place in our 1 tooth that will act as the 2 front teeth of the rabbit, as you can tell. But we're going to go ahead and do real quick before we go anywhere is add a redstone block to right there. Now, of course, this will make the entire face move forward. Then we can add in upside down stairs here, and then 1 more time on the other side will mirror the upside down stairs. And then all that's left to do is add in the little cheeks of the rabbit. And all we have to do that is come into this direction. Now again, this is the front, and I came in this way, and I want to locate these slime blocks and add a piston in between them. So it should be looking exactly like this. I'm going to come off of that piston with 1 slime block with 1 block empty in between it, so you can see that. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and add a redstone block to the top of this slime block, so it should look exactly like this. Then I'm going to come off the front of it with 1 regular block, 1 slime block, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in 2 upside down stairs to either side of the back of the teeth, so you can actually get this kind of cheek look, and there you have it. That's your full-on Jackrabbit, and yeah. You're actually ready to power forward. But of course, we need a cockpit on this machine. Now, you can place backwards facing stairs here for the overall shape, though those are a part of the material list, but I choose not to, only because, you know, just the overall moving of the machine is much easier done without them and whatnot. But I mean, if you just want shape and you just want to look at it, it looks pretty cool like this. But what we're going to go ahead and do is add in our boat in our cockpit, but I'm going to show you guys a little trick so you can do this with other builds if you'd like. First up, what I'm going to go ahead and do is remove my immovable block. Then I'm going to grab a redstone torch and my boat that I would like to use for the cockpit. Now let's say I need my boat in here, but of course I can't place it here on this piston because of the pistons that are right here and right here. It'll just run into the corners, it won't help. I can't place it here, you know, I can't place it in the middle, so what am I going to do? The easiest thing is to look at your engine. This is my engine here, and this is my sticky piston. I'm going to place a redstone torch on this redstone block, and it will 0 tick this whole piece backwards. As you can tell now, that whole piece has been 0 ticked backwards, and I have space. So I'm going to aim this way. Now again, this is the head of the rabbit up here. This is the head, so what I'm going to do is come in this direction, and I'm going to aim towards the tail of the rabbit, and I'm going to place my boat right here. So that will be the boat that I will drive in my cockpit. And of course, you could do the same thing. You place a redstone torch here. You can actually place one here if you're actually moving along in the build, and yeah, all that stuff. Or you can just place a block on this, or you can easily do what I'm about to do. Grab a flint and steel and just put it back. Now, as soon as you've done this, you are looking at your full-on rideable Jackrabbit. Alright, so once you're all done with this, really quick, I forgot 2 blocks. All you want to do is just throw in an upside down stairs here, and then 1 more right there. So once you have this, now this is your full-on Jackrabbit, and you are ready to propel yourself forward. And one last little thing, of course, if you wanted to make it into a little tank bunny, what I'm going to go ahead and do is show you how to do that. First up, you want to just place a temporary block here. Then you want to blow out the block behind it, place another upside-down staircase just like so. Blow out this block, then you can actually move back another upside-down staircase here, then move to the front with another upside-down staircase on this slime block. Then you can blow out this regular staircase there, and then add in 2 staircases just like so. Next up, we're going to do the same thing to the back one with a temporary block here. Then you can blow out these 2 blocks. Then you want in 2 upside-down staircase just like so. Then you want another upside-down staircase here. You want to go ahead and blow out this block. That's very important, or else it'll be over the 12-block push limit. Next up, we're actually going to switch these. If you actually are trying to do the tank legs, you're going to switch these so it actually looks like it's kind of motion, in one direction, or however else you want it, to kind of go. Next up, what we're going to go ahead and do is do the same thing to this side, just in case you missed it. So real quick, you want to go ahead and just place down a temporary block, remove this block, place down upside down staircase against the temporary block so you can remove it. Next up, place down another upside down staircase just like so. Then you want to go ahead and upside down staircase here, blow out this staircase, and then add in 2 regular staircases facing forward just like this. Next up, we're going to go ahead and add in a temporary block right here, blow out the 2 blocks behind it, and refill those with 2 more upside down staircases. You can get rid of this one, upside down staircase here. Then you want to go ahead and blow out this block, and then last step is to, of course, change the direction of that staircase. So once you have all that, and once you've done that to both sides of the bunny, you have your full-on tank bunny. Now, that's only, of course, if you wanted that, and you don't have to, but that is the full-on tutorial, and I hope you all enjoy. To start and stop your machine once it is in motion, all you have to do is spam the redstone block behind you with the flint and steel until the machine comes to a stop. To get it going again, just place a redstone torch on either side of the piston behind the redstone block, which will ready the machine for takeoff again. But that's going to do it for this tutorial, you guys. I really hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps my channel flourish. There is a link in the description to my Twitter where you can follow me for daily updates on what I'm building next, what request I've drawn from the hat, or if there's any sort of issue preventing a video upload for the day. Don't forget to check out all of my other incredible builds and tutorials on my channel if you liked this one. And until the next video, you guys, later late.